BUNK! It's 92!
Okay, Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we will be talking about spooky tales from the army. Basically the boys that have done their conscription service, including my husband.
Hi.
And yeah, that's him. That's the voice that you hear. Okay, so I just thought it would be nice to have him as our first guest star because he is in the military.
Because you know no one else.
And also because we know no one else. We always love to hear about this kind of like army horror stories. So
War stories the guys tell.
war with the other world, the
Fourth dimension.
is it third or fourth? Isn't fourth?
Third. Sorry.
No,
Wait,
third,
are we
isn't
2D?
Fourth. Then.
We're losing them! We're losing them! We're losing them!
Yeah, you're right. Is it
like,
fourth
oh,
or fifth?
Oh my god, I can't see it anymore.
Lying flat.
Never trust the wife.
Yeah, encounter of the like 4th/5th kind. Alien encounter is what?
I still never going out.
4th or the 5th? I have no idea.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. Where did I stop? Where did I stop? So Pulau Tekong is actually a training area for the conscripted boys to do their basic military training. Do you want to tell us a bit about the island? Han?
So it's a predominantly Malay village. It used to house the basic military training facility as well as the specialist training facility.
The rest is like forest and like kind of areas for you to do your like navigation exercises, survival skills in the wilderness type thing. Pulau Tekong used to be home to like quite a number of inhabitants. So these people mainly do farming and like fishing and like basically they just like live off the land. So yeah, but then after that they got moved back onto the main Singapore island after the government decided to convert it into like a training area. So there was this group of boys. They were doing this night march in the forest. Basically, they were like trekking through in the dark. When they're doing that, like they usually have these drills, right, Han? So they have these drills.
So it's numbering off from the back.
Yeah, so it's like a head count. So from the back, you know, you kind of count like 5 and then
4.
and then 3, 2, 1. I mean, if there's 5 of them, so that's how they like get their number. So this group of boys, because it was in the middle of the night, they actually were too tired, and then I think they sort of forgot to do like their head count thing. So then when they finally reached their checkpoint, they realized that one of their guys was missing. So
They're like, oh fudge, like what do we do? Like,
you know, then they searched for him. Somebody found him. So he was actually sitting under a tree. Yeah. And then he had his ground sheet out. Sometimes they have to like lay out their items from their field pack for inspection. So they'll kind of like put everything neatly onto the ground sheet.
The 10-pack items.
Yeah, the 10-pack items, and then
Someone will come and
someone
check.
will come and check on them.
The platoon sergeant usually.
So they found him under a tree, and then he had his ground sheet out. When they looked closer, they realized that all his organs were actually laid out in front of him. And then there were claims that he actually did this to himself. So he was probably not fully himself lah, but I mean, who knows, right? He could have been murdered also, but
I know what you're getting at.
There are possibilities.
Like something went to...
yeah.
And then...
There are stories.
Or
on
something
it.
could have attacked him. But if it was a wild animal, you wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't.
The first thing to eat will be all the innards actually.
Exactly. So that's very strange lah. So I mean, that's kind of like the story that goes around. So allegedly, this happened on a Thursday night, which is why they actually don't have any trainings on Thursday nights, like every Thursday night.
Yeah. I think till today, if nothing has changed.
That's so sad though, like the poor boy.
Yeah, exactly.
They're only 18 to 20 years old. Like,
Yeah,
young.
only 18 to 20. Yeah, teenagers. He had his whole life ahead of him.
What do you think it was?
But now he only has his organs ahead of him. I'm sorry, I should not joke.
Could be one of the platoon sergeant's tale to frighten people to
Do the
proper
head count.
Yeah. When
No,
you
but it could have
move.
actually happened though, I think.
No, so it could have evolved from there.
Oh, I think you're right. Maybe it did happen on a Thursday and something happened to a boy and he died, but maybe nothing so dramatic. So that's the thing about urban legends, like they kind of take their own shape and take their own form as they get passed down. I think there were some accounts where it's like instead of him sitting under a tree, he's like hanging from a tree or something, like, but it's always a tree and it's always the organs on the ground sheet. So yeah. So here's another story that comes in a few variations. This one is your friend, right?
Yeah. So
So this one is actually a second-hand account. Even had to go for like some counseling thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So his friend, this guy, let's give him a name. Benjamin. So Benjamin just enlisted, right? So for these recruits, they have to sleep at a certain time also. Being young people, like we always kind of tend to stay up late, like 2 a.m. or midnight or whatever. But because these recruits actually need to wake up very early in the morning for training.
Yeah,
So
5-ish.
yeah, 5-ish. So their lights out time is always like what time? Like
About
10?
10:30.
So for Benjamin, right, he's not used to sleeping so early. So he was having trouble sleeping. So he was kind of like tossing and turning in bed. Then like 1 hour passed since 2230 and then like he still couldn't sleep. But all his bunkmates were asleep already. Like he could hear them like snoring and basically like no soul. Nobody else was awake.
Usually during the first few weeks, the sergeants will walk around, do their night rounds per se, to ensure that everybody sleeps on time. So if you cannot sleep, then you should be on your bed.
Pretending to sleep.
Yes.
He heard footsteps outside his bunk, right, in the corridor. So then he thought,
Oh shoes. That's the instructor or the sergeant coming to check.
so he like faster pretend to sleep, right? Like just like don't move and close his eyes, pretending to sleep. So then the footsteps got closer and closer.
So it went from bed to bed.
Went
So,
from
yeah.
bed to bed.
That's how they check anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's how they checked. After that, the footsteps stopped beside his bed, and then it didn't move away. It stayed there. So he was like,
What the heck? Like, why is this person like still here for so long?
then he heard a child's voice.
Oh my lord. Dude, I thought chills. I thought you were gonna say like a woman, and then when you said child, like
And then the child said, Amma, 这个还没困. Grandma, this one haven't sleep yet. Then he was like, what the shit? Then like, obviously he didn't open his eyes, right? Because he didn't want to see where that voice came from. And he knew that it wasn't a prank because he knows that all his friends are asleep.
yeah.
So he's like, oh my god, just don't open the eyes. Then after that he heard another pair of footsteps. He felt like cold breath on his face. Kind of like...
Oh my god, don't show me pictures, please. Are you showing me a picture? What's that? Oh my god. It's the kind, right? It's so scary. Hey, you cannot look at it, but you must go look at it.
I know.
See what's going on.
I know this picture creeped me out, but yeah. I mean, it's from Ju-on lah, but I mean, you get what I mean, like
It's like the person is lying like that, right? And the head is here, right?
it's like the person's lying like that.
And then the person is like that. But then like the person is like this. Like this.
So he just kind of just closed his eyes, and then after that, the next time he opened his eyes, it was morning, and then like, you know,
The thing traumatized. That
but he was
experience
still
actually traumatized
traumatized. Yeah.
My story is way more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next story.